What is up, ladies and gents? We are back, and in today's video I'm going to showcase the Reaper set in full and to show you guys what that actually looks like. And what better way to show you what it looks like than to equip it on a crossbow dagger. So I currently have the Dawn Mist set on. I'm going to go ahead and take that off so you guys can see. Here is the Reaper helmet, Reaper gloves, Reaper pants, where they at? Right here, and Reaper boots, which is right here. Now chest piece I'm gonna have as the Miracle of Mother Nature. Now again, I don't have this upgraded all the way, but that's perfectly fine, because I don't want to spend the resources on that just yet. It's just gonna be too costly for a video. I won't be able to go back, but you can get a general idea of what it's gonna be worth. So I'm going to go ahead and do some damage tests so you can see for yourself. Right now my current attack speed is 23%. And let's see, I believe this gives you attack speed as well. Let's see, added attack speed 10% with the 4-piece. Let me go ahead and take that off and see if it reflects on my overall build. Yeah, see, 13%. So I'm missing attack speed because I don't have it in my my crossbow. As you can see, I'm missing like 6% here, and I'm also missing it in my gloves, which I have in my Dawn Mist set here. I have attack speed, so I'm missing 6% there. Is it 6% or is it 8%? Let me double check. It's 8%. So 8% there and 6%. So I'm missing overall about 14% overall. So 14% plus what I would have here would put me at 33 plus 4, 37. And then obviously the ring and the cape would give you like a little bit more. So you can be pushing, let's see, if does my cape have attack speed here? No, I don't think so. Let's go ahead and put this one on just for the sake of attack speed. So definitely don't use this one. There's better stuff. And then I believe there's another ring too. I think it's the Lethal Fortune. I don't have it on me right now, but then you can see me push to a little bit more. Now the reason why this Reaper set is potentially viable now in the future is because of the way they made things a lot easier to get. So let's go over piece by piece to showcase where these drop. This used to be a very rare drop in a dentist, but now with Talondre in the future, they made it a little bit easier to get. Here are the traits, pause, and here are the resonance skills. Now let's go ahead and how to acquire. You can get it from the Guild Raid, a dentist, Secret Dungeons, Valley of Slaughter, which you will probably get in the future for Amazon games. You don't have to wait for Talondre. That's not too bad. This is a tier 2 dungeon. Riftstone, Abyssal Contracts, you can get it from Talondre. Don't worry about that, ignore that one. And yeah, you could also do substance transformations. Now let's go ahead and look at the gloves, how to acquire. Void Waste and Mansion of Tragedy, ignore this is irrelevant. This one's important because it's a tier 2, so you can probably build for that, it'll be easier. And Arc Boss Tevent. So this one's a little bit harder to get. Before you were able to get these gloves from the Guild Raid in Cornelius, but I guess I'm not sure, since it's not showing up there, that means you can't get it there. Now this one you get it from Junobote, and Torture Chamber of Screams, which is a tier 2 dungeon, which will probably come out a little later for Amazon games. Now the last piece is the Reaper's Footsteps. That used to be an Arc Boss drop. You can get this from Carmine, or you can get this from the Avalush Tracker, which is in the Sanctum of Desire. If you don't know where that is, Sanctum of Desire is only open when it's raining, which it currently is. The store is finally open right here. So this is what you can kind of like do with it. Alright, so I did about like 180k right there. Obviously I didn't use my Guardian. I could definitely use my Guardian for that, so you guys can see the damage. I'm gonna put on some Stella right there too, so you can see it. I'm gonna do that for the next rotation, but that's not too bad. Let's go ahead and reset these stats so that way we can actually do maximum damage. You know what? I'll be fine with 60. 70 you get more critical hit, but we'll be alright. But 40, 50, I don't need this because we're trying to get this number much higher. So 313. Cooldown speed. All right. My cooldown's 21%, attack speed is 23, and as if you remember correctly, when I do that, I get more attack speed. See, I'm at 40%. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do that again. We're gonna pick a new dummy this time, and we're gonna see how much damage we can do in about 30 seconds with an attack buff. All right, so these are my hits, 582, 582. All right, without further ado, let's do this. Ah. Darn it. That's why I'm missing my other skill. I got about 5 seconds left. Alright, so I did about 400k. Now, could my damage have been a lot better? Of course. And again, you got to realize I'm also missing like another 14 to 16% of attack speed. So that would have made my attacks much quicker. So this, when it jumps to 40%, would be like 50%. Watch, check this out. So it's at 43 plus the 14%. So 43 plus 14 puts me at like 57% attack speed. And you might not think that's a big deal, but it is, especially for crossbow dagger because of your skills. And you know, you want the direct cooldowns. Let's go ahead and put this one on too, because you get this bad boy. You honestly don't even need this one right here. You don't need this at all, actually, when you're going for maximum damage. Most of the people I see, they use this one, and they don't actually use that one at all. They honestly just ignore it. Let's try it one more time. I got a filler skill here while we wait for some more skills. Oh, darn it. Yeah, you gotta be careful because when you do that 2 swipes, it just doesn't work. Because you only get the attack speed if you do it once. If you do it twice, check this out. Attack speed. Do it twice, no attack speed. Alright, remember that. Now I'm gonna do this one more time. And when I do my rotation, I like to do this into this, and then Fatal Stigma into Mortal Mark. Then I like to apply this skill to give me the attack speed. Maybe this one too, because this one also gives you attack speed. I don't think it shows though. See, it doesn't show, but it has like a chance to proc. And then that way, when you throw your knives, it'll reset your thing. Even though it has a high cooldown, it'll bring it back. That's why you see some of these skills come back quicker, even though it has like a minute cooldown. All right, 1 million right here. I'll go ahead and do that again. But like, look at like what's happening with my skills down here. They're coming back. There you go. Obviously, I'm not optimized for the best because I'm missing so much attack speed, but that way you can kind of see what the Reaper set does. What I've seen people do is they don't actually run this setup, but I'm going to make another video on that. They actually run 2-piece Reaper, which is their helmet and the pants, and 2-piece Miracle of Mother Nature, which is the chest and the boots, and they run the winged set for the gloves. But yeah, I'll show you that later. Until then, this is just kind of like a nice little teaser of what to expect with the Reaper set 4-piece does. The extra attack speed is nice, but because of like the necessity of waiting for updates, it's going to take you a longer time to actually get this build situated. So until then, you're going to have like a cookie cutter build, which is a 2-piece of these and 2-piece of Miracle Mother Nature, which I do have right here. It's in actually my storage. I apologize. But to give you the setup, you know, Rex Chimeric's Rake Bow, Laquiria's Thorny Edge, Reaper's Black Mask, Miracle of Mother Nature chest piece, Reaper's Hand of Death, Reaper's entering pants, Reaper's Footsteps. Now the cloak, that's going to be kind of dicey because you don't have many options as a cloak for tier 1. Let me show you right here, and only show tier 1 cloaks. So you're gonna want this one if once it comes out, but this one's gonna be outshined by another cloak in the future, because it also has bonus damage with a tier 2, but I'll show that for a tier 2 setup. Okay, but usually people, until they get this one, they usually just run the Arc Piece Devotion because of the critical hit, mana regen, and cooldown speed, which is really good. But you know, bonus damage is pretty good, and the extra attack speed right there. So give or take, both those cloaks are very nice. Now for the necklace, this is my PvP setup. You know, I just like this overall setup. You don't have to copy it. Now, but if you're going for PvE, the necklace that you want to go for is right here. It's going to be, I think, the Holy Warrior Choker. Yeah, see right here, mana regen, mana cost efficiency, and cooldown speed. Bracelet, it's going to be the Beast King Gilded Bracers. You can't just avoid that. Now you have attack speed right here, and dexterity 2 right there. You can use a Transcendent Magic Ring in the future, or you can use something else. And then you can also use the Abyssal Crystal Ring right here because you get the more attack speed right there. See, 2 rings that I'm missing attack speed from right there. So that's kind of a big deal because, as you can see, the 2 rings that I'm using right now are wrong for PvE because I don't get any attack speed, which is the whole point of being a crossbow dagger player. That's why it's very hard to try to like play multiple builds. You really want to focus on 2. Like, yes, these can work for other things, but having those 2 different accessories and really amplifies your overall gameplay because you get attack speed here, and not to mention the 16% that I mentioned earlier. Like, I'm missing here 6% right here attack speed, and another 8% on my gloves, so it's 14. And I think you get like 7% attack speed here and another 7% here, and then fully maxed out on this you get like another 7%, so that's what, 21%. So what did we have before? 57% plus 20. You know, I'm making up numbers here, but you get my overall idea. Like, it's not a far off reach because with the Abyssal Crystal Ring and the other ring, it's really nice. So let's go ahead and show you how to acquire this one. This one you get from Death's Abyss, which is a tier 1 dungeon that is out on Amazon Games, and you can also use a substitute with the Lethal Frost Ring. I'm not the Lethal Fortune Ring, until you get other stuff like this. Like here, Silence Band. This one you get from, I think, Kirtaki. No, Torture Chamber of Screams right here, tier 2, or you can get it from Talandre. So the other substitute, it's gonna be right here. Lethal Fortune. Right here, you craft these 4 rings, and you get a free Lethal Fortune Ring. You see the attack speed right there. And then it gives you 5 dex, and I think it's 6.6 added attack speed, but you get my overall idea. That's what the 4-piece Reaper set looks like for tier 1 to prepare for Amazon Games. Now the next piece I'm going to probably go over is going to be the 4-piece General set, which I do have in storage so you guys can see for yourself. Well, thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and as always guys, stay blessed.